What up, G-Life? It's your boy MC Shadow back at you with another video. Make sure you like, make sure you comment, make sure you subscribe to the channel. And check out the playlist where I have all the videos in their own photos, make the video you're looking for a lot easier. Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of shit for this video, and that's fine. I always come to speak my mind. I'm never afraid to voice my true opinions on any subject. Despite, we're living in a society nowadays where you can't say your true, honest beliefs because it creates an uproar. But we don't give a damn. Now, my thoughts on Kyle Rittenhouse trial. He was found not guilty, right? People are asking, what are my thoughts on that? Well, see, the thing about me is that I don't get polluted with society's narratives nowadays, right? I don't watch one news station and more than the other. I'm not one-sided on my political views because I think that it's all bullshit, all equal. So I'm not neither right-wing nor left-wing. I'm no wing. I want no part of that bird. You know what I mean? I come to speak my mind. So while people are over here saying, oh, can you believe he was found not guilty? That's some bullshit. And hold your fucking horses. And for the ones that be like, oh, but he was a defenseless young teen. All right, hold your fucking horses, both sides. See, that's the thing that I dislike about with people when they want to share their opinions on things. They want people to sympathize with their points of view. So, they start adding all this fucking ketchup to the hot dog. Nah. I'm here to call it evenly. I want to try the hot dog with no ketchup nor mustard. You know what I mean? So you don't get to add your own special toppings to it. This is clearly the result of a broken system. It's not his fault. You know what I mean? It's society. It's the fact that you don't get up and actually go vote on some of these laws. This is the outcome for you not getting up and actually fucking voting in what you truly believe in. Instead, you want to be bitching on the fucking internet. Get up and go vote. It's not his fault. He's a 17-year-old. You know what I mean? I mean, it is his fault. He should have been found guilty, in my opinion. But he wasn't out there trying to kill people. Because I don't just look at the case, right? Because people just study the case and the evidence and what was said. I go beyond that. I want to look at the human behavior. I want to look at the individual. I want to get to know the individual before I want to judge him, right? And I'm not going to go based on what these people are telling me in court and everything like that. Yes, of course, that's going to play a factor and everything like that. But I want to get to know the individual, his political views, his circle of friends, his hobbies, stuff like that. That's going to let me know a lot about the individual, right? If he had a disturbing behavior. And although he did have some behavior that is seen kind of like, I don't know about this guy. He was a lifeguard. He was in the police academies and stuff like that. So basically what happened was that he thought he was a true patriot. He thought he was a true citizen, right? Who knows his, a 17-year-old. You think you know it all? You think you got the shit in the bag? You think that you know your knowledge around stuff? You think you can handle any scenario? At that age, my boy, you think that you could do anything and everything and you know anything, But the reality is you don't, because you're just a teen. But they don't see themselves that way. You feel me? The fact that he was able to be in possession of a firearm like that without it even being a problem, where the fuck were the parents at? Like, it's fine and dandy your son just running around with a fucking AR? It's not his fault. He's just a teenager. His emotions, his way of thinking. I mean, come on, that's what the parents are for. This is ridiculous. I blame the parents 100 on this one. But yes, he's in his own individual. He needs to be accountable for his actions. But at the same time, you have to see that he's just a naive teen, just like the rest. You know what I mean? When he was right there and getting beat up, you're a 17-year-old and these people are assaulting you. You don't think that they're going to try to kill you at that age? Come on, you're going to think that they're going to try to smoke your life. Take your life. You know, it says your arm right there. You know what I'm saying? You think that you're a patriot and you're a true believer. You really don't want to kill these people, but you feel like you're being cornered. You have no other. How could I say? You feel like you don't have no other option on the table. You know what I mean? Where were the parents at? Why was he allowed to have a gun like that? This is ridiculous. I get it. I stand for the bill. I believe people do have the rights to bear arms. You know, the government doesn't have the right to take that right away from you. I do believe, but he's a 17-year-old. Why is he in possession of a fucking caliber weapon like that? Like, come on, hello. Any parent could see that that's not. I mean, he's just a 17-year-old boy, bro. You don't think that might influence him? You don't think that he might actually do something wrong with that weapon? And it doesn't help that people spew this fucking narrative and their political views nowadays, right? Whether you think there's right for these people to be protesting out there like that, or it's wrong, whatever. People do not know how to voice their views nowadays. They insult, they discredit, they try to put down the other side. So guess what? Your children are fucking hearing, and they fucking see these individuals as no good fucking anarchists. When not all of them are like that, and you know the scenario, because you're a fucking adult, so you're able to understand that. But if a child is hearing you at that age, he's not going to be able to see the scenario and how you see it. Therefore, he might take, extreme actions. I blame 100 on the parents. I don't believe it is his fault. I believe he didn't mean to kill them individuals. But when you're out there, your possession of a firearm, you're already 17 years old. You already know what potentially could have happened. You already know that this shit could have gone south. You already know from seeing these protesters was going to go out there. I get it. You were trying to protect people's business in it, but you are not law enforcement. I get it. You take some academy courses, but you are not police force. That's what the police officers are for. It's not your job. You shouldn't have been out there because you know potentially what could have happened. You know? Because it's a double-edged sword. Oh, why was he out there with a firearm? Well, why were they out there destroying businesses? You get what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, these people didn't go armed. He did. You see the difference? They were unarmed, protesting and out there in Pali. Yeah, they were doing havoc and everything, but they were not bearing firearms. He was. Therefore, he had more awareness that something, if something bad would have, went south or whatever, that he could have took, lethal action. He's already at the age where he knows what that is. So I believe he should have been charged, not for murder, obviously. He should have been charged for, second count manslaughter. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. A lenient sentence, obviously because, of his age and stuff like that. People have to understand that he's not an adult yet. I get it, he's 17 years and stuff like that, but he's not an adult yet. I believe there should have been charges. Not the charges that people are hoping, that I was going to say. Obviously time, but I know to some people it may not have seemed like enough. But this is, and it goes back to what I said, a broken fucking system, right? That we live in. Because you guys already know if he was a 17-year-old black man or a 17-year-old Hispanic, whatever, shit wouldn't have gone down this way. But because he looks the way he looks, and he's a white boy and everything like that, they gave him that fucking benefit of the doubt. And if you're out there saying that that's not true, you are so full of it, bro. You are what's wrong with society. Let's face it. People fucking judge left to right. That's why I don't judge this individual. I went and actually got to see, like, what are his political views, his background, and his friends and stuff like that before I made my assessment. You know what I mean? And his political views and circle of friends and all that already shows me that he wasn't down with these protesters. He wasn't down with these guys' movements and everything like that. And if there's one thing I have learned is people nowadays from that side do not know how to voice their disapproval of these individuals. And when people like this are hearing you, you know what I mean? This is what happens. This is the outcome. This is the consequences for your fucking mouths. And for the parents not being there. It's the parents' fault, 100. But yeah, I don't believe the charges should have all gotten dropped. But I don't believe that it should have been like all this and that, like how people say. And you know what I'm saying? It's either, see, what people want is either no punishment or death. Like, hello, there's a middle. He's 17 years old. How about rehabilitating? How about making him understand his actions, but still with punishment and stuff like that? But it's like off with his head or spare his life. Like, there's a middle. See how we live in a society now where people don't see that there's a fucking middle? It's either one side. They either want it their way or the highway on both sides, and it doesn't work that way. And this is not even about, see, when these people are out there fighting these cases or protesting against these cases or speaking against these cases, it's not even about the specific case no more. It literally becomes political views. It literally becomes, we don't want the other side winning. That's what it literally becomes. These people are racking up points. We have more points than them and on everything and anything nowadays. Because politics have polluted society like that. Because our fucking government does not know how to behave. That's the reality. That's the real talk. You know what I mean? That's why these issues are being pushed the way they're being pushed now. Because they just don't want the other side to be right. That's why I always say when I come and give my opinion, fuck both sides. I'll fucking speak my mind, give it 100. Excuse me for the foul language. I also am short-tempered and I have my problems. It's frustrating though. It frustrates me to see that one side or the other thinks that they're right when in reality both sides are wrong. Left or right, both sides have been polluted already. This is a disgrace and an embarrassment. But it's funny because they don't see that. When you insult the opposition, when you harass people who support somebody else's opinion and everything like that, you have became everything that people claim to fight for and want. The freedom of speech, the freedom to be able to voice your opinion, to believe in what you want, having someone tell you what you should believe in, what you shouldn't, making your own picks. That's what it is, the land of the free. It's what America was about. But not no more. Now you can't voice your real opinion on anything because people will fucking blast you for it. Regardless if it's right or wrong. The individuals have the right to feel however they want, speak however they want, voice, their opinions without getting torn a new one for it. You know what I mean? You are not perfect. You don't know what's right for society, your fucking majesty. Narcissistic individuals who believe that the way they live should be enforced on everyone because they are the perfect individual. They live the perfect life how every human being should live. Like, hear how that sounds. This is ridiculous. Let them live how they want. You worry about yourself. And that goes for both sides because both parties think this way. And sorry to say this, there is no conservatives or liberals. I'm sorry. Liberals are Democrats. Conservatives are Republicans. Don't give me that shit. Facts. I just call it how it is. I ain't sugarcoating nothing. It's just my opinion. I should have felt he should have got charged. But not to the length that people are looking for or whatever. My opinions on it. And shut up, we out.